3.2% plus 5% plus 5.2% plus 6% and some Social Security changes in 2024. I have all the details and exactly what you need to know right here in the video. Let's get right into it. I know in this video, I do want to discuss some of the different changes going into effect for 2024 that will impact Social Security checks for millions upon millions of beneficiaries. Now, I do want to emphasize what I'm talking about here in this video are only some of the different changes going into effect. There are significantly more changes that will be going into effect and again impacting millions upon millions of beneficiaries, which I can always make a follow video to this one and talk about many of those other changes in a separate video. But I want to highlight 4 of those different changes here in this video, represented by those percentages I mentioned at the beginning of the video. This is going to be pretty interesting stuff, and before we get into it, let me point this out really fast here. Take note of the smallest percentages and take note of the highest percentages. It's going to be a little bit of an interesting experiment, and you'll clearly see exactly what I'm talking about as I talk through all the details of these percentages and the changes going into effect. Let's get into it and talk through all the details. Really fast before we do, thanks for joining me. If you have not done so yet, make sure to do yourself a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button right down below the video. It is totally free to do so, and I'm here for you right by your side every single day to help you out in any way that I possibly can, to advocate on your behalf, to watch the headlines, to do the research, and watch everything else coming out right now. Things are changing very rapidly, and to do all that research, to break it all down into these short videos so you can stay posted on what is actually going on. As we all know, it's a very busy time, and things are changing very fast right now. And as I've been saying for a few months now, 2024 is all about you, the low-income and fixed-income beneficiaries. We've seen it so far already. A lot of people are talking about Social Security reform, changing Social Security. It is a hot button issue, and it is all about you the entire year of 2024. It's going to be exciting. Seriously, just wait and see. It is all about the fixed income beneficiary. We get to sit back, relax, and watch this show play out. And again, we will see what they want to do to our monthly benefits. There's a lot of proposals out there, a lot of bills, packages, things like this, to raise benefits, to reform the program. There's a lot of good stuff floating around out there. Either way, I'm going to continue to be here for you, doing all the research, watching it closely, and bring you all the details as they're hitting the wire literally every single day. So again, thanks for being here. I truly do appreciate every single one of you here in this community. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and I'm here for you. I got your back. I'm here to help you out in any way that I possibly can. Let's get into it and talk about the details of these changes I want to point out for you here in this video and what they all mean. Now, again, I pointed them out as percentages at the beginning of this video. Again, I want to say this really fast here. Pay attention to the lowest percentage and the highest percentage, and then I'll talk about that later on in this video to point out exactly what these mean. But we're going to walk through these one at a time here. So stick with me. These will pertain to virtually all beneficiaries. Maybe not all of them will pertain to every single beneficiary, but some of them will pertain to literally every single person out there that receives benefits. All right. So we're going to try to buzz through these relatively quickly. Hold on. Let's roll through these. All right. So the first one is very obvious. We all know this one, but I'm going to throw it out there anyway because it is on my list, and I'm pointing this one out because I want to give contrast to the very last one, which is 6% as well. Okay. Anyway, 3.2%, obviously, this is the COLA, right? We all know this. I'm not going to spend any time on this because we already know this is what the COLA is going to be, 3.2%, right? It could be a lot worse, but this is just what it came in at, okay? So 3.2%. Next, let's quickly talk about 5%. This is what the earnings test for Social Security retirement beneficiaries who are receiving benefits prior to their full retirement age. I know that sounds like a mouthful and like, wow, who does that pertain to? Basically anybody that has a benefit, receiving Social Security benefits prior to the full retirement age and having some type of income. Okay, let me explain really quickly. 2023, the earnings limit was $21,240 for the entire year, or $1,770 on average per month. In other words, you could earn up to this threshold without garnishment to your monthly benefit, but if you earned over that limit, then your benefits would be garnished at a pace of $1 for every $2 that you earn over the limit. That's a stiff garnishment to benefits right there, right? So we certainly do not want that to happen. And again, that is just for people with Social Security retirement benefits and having income up above those thresholds. Now, it is going up by 5% for 2024 from $21,240 up to $22,320 for 2024. That's a 5% increase, which, by the way, that $22,320 earning test, by the way, that is for the entire year. That averages out to $1,860 a month. Okay, that's what it comes out to on a monthly basis. So just take that into consideration if you're somebody receiving benefits prior to your full retirement age, okay? By the way, I have dedicated videos here on the channel talking exactly about that one because that is a big deal right there. And again, I just want you to be aware of that, okay? So that's 5%. Now, 5.2%. This is the maximum taxable earnings for Social Security in 2024. Now, to be fair, this one does not pertain to a lot of people out there, but it does pertain to about 3 to 7% of our population. Not a huge percentage of our population at all, but let me point it out because it directly relates to Social Security, the trust fund, things like that, okay? So at the end of the day, it is actually an important detail. So in 2023, the maximum taxable earnings level was $160,200. In other words, all income up to $160,200 of income in 2023 was taxable by Social Security. That is going up by 5.2% or $8,400 up to $168,600 in 2024, okay? So basically what this means is that higher income people are now paying taxes into Social Security on more of their income, provided they earn up to that threshold. Now again, what does it mean for you as a beneficiary? At the end of the day, not a whole lot, but what it does mean is that more tax revenues are coming into Social Security, potentially pushing out insolvency a little bit further out into the future. How much? Well, we don't really know until we get the next Social Security Board of Trustees report that'll come out probably in about April or May time is usually when that report comes out, maybe late March-ish, but that's when that comes out. So again, I'll keep you posted on that, but that's a very important metric as well. We want to continue watching, especially with wages rising over the last couple of years here and more people having a higher income. As a result of that, it's more money coming in through Social Security payroll taxes. So that's 5.2%. Now, 6%. Pay attention to this one as well. This is how much the Medicare Part B premium is going up for 2024. Now remember, 2023, the Medicare Part B premium was $164.90. Now it's going up by $9.80 from $164.90 up to $174.70, okay? That's how much it's going up, and that is 6% is how much that's going up, okay, for 2024. So the roughly 66 million people that are enrolled in Medicare, actually, to be fair, it's a little bit less than 66 million. It's about 65.5 million people enrolled in Medicare Part B. For those people that are enrolled in this, your benefits or your premium, I should say, is going up by about $10 a month. It's going to cost just about $120 more for the entire year for Medicare Part B coverage, okay? So that's what that's going on, and that's the 6%. Now, why did I want to point out all these for you? Because first off, they're important. These are some changes that are going into effect. These things happen every single year. Now, all of these changes do happen every year. The percentages change every year, the numbers change every year, but these are some of the changes. Now, there's probably, I don't know, 10, 12 more changes out there that are also going into effect for Social Security in 2024. But I wanted to give you these ones right here in this video because, number one, they're important, and I wanted to give you some contrast. Now, remember I said at the beginning of the video, pay attention to the first percentages and the last percentage, okay? 3.2% and 6%. Let me just take 1 minute here and talk about this really fast here. Okay, 3.2%. Remember, that's the COLA, right? Your benefits are increasing by 3.2%. But remember, expenses, as in the Medicare Part B premium, is increasing by 6%. Figure that one out, right? That's a difference, by the way, of 2.8%, okay? So the Medicare Part B premiums are increasing 2.8% more than what the COLA is. Interesting, right? So yeah, just want to point that out really fast here. Interesting how that whole thing works, right? Benefits increase 3.2%, but yet expenses increase by 6%. I mean, seriously, right? Now, to be fair, obviously, we're running with percentages here. So a 3.2% increase on a, say, a $1,000 monthly benefit is a $32 monthly increase, whereas a 6% increase to the premium of $164.90 is only $9.80. But you get my point here. When we still talk about percentages, it's all, when we talk about percentages, it's percentages, right? So regardless of the base number that we're calculating from, it's still a percentage, 3.2% versus 6%. Interesting how that whole thing works, right? You would think it would all be tied to inflation to some degree, right? If benefits are increasing by 3.2%, then why wouldn't the premium also increase by, say, I don't know, 3.2%, right? But that's not how it works, apparently. So Anyway, so I want to point that out really fast for you. I think we all know the details behind this, which, by the way, one more thing that I want to point out for you is for those of you that receive fixed income benefits and you also receive SNAP benefits, also known as food stamps or EBT. Some people refer to it as EBT, but it's all referring to the same program, which is be aware that your benefits may also be reduced there a little bit because of the COLA, right? We all know that. It happens every single year. You get a little raise to your benefits, and all of a sudden they come back and say, hey, we see that you're making all kinds of money now. We're going to reduce your benefit, right? And we say, you've got to be kidding me. This is nuts. You've got to be kidding me. Reducing SNAP benefits because of a 3.2% COLA. Yeah, but it happens. So anyway, these are the ones that I want to point out for you really quickly. Again, I can always come back in a follow-up video and talk about many of the other changes that are also going into effect. A lot of things that are happening right now. It's a busy time of year. We're in that transition period right now from one year to the next, and all the new changes roll into effect, things like that. Either way, I'm going to continue to be here for you. As always, please leave your comments, your questions, your feedback down below. If you need me to elaborate on anything, of course, I got you, and I can do that for you, and no problem at all. Otherwise, make sure to subscribe down below. Totally free to do so. Leave a comment down below, as always. And again, go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel, including those that I have linked down below in the description or at the top of the comment section. There's a link to a video there as well. Check those videos out. Some pretty good content out there. Otherwise, share the video with your friends, family, social media. Enjoy your day, and I'll catch you again later in the next one. Hope this one helps you out to better understand what is going on and the changes going into effect. Anyway, enjoy your day. Take care. Have a good one, and I'll catch you again later.